Hi, my name is Nadia, and I wanted to show you my sketchbook and my work, but also I wanted to tell you what I have experienced during the classes and lectures and what I have understood and how my mind works after the classes, because for me it was very interesting and I have learned so much things. So yeah, I think that we can start, and I thought that I will just talk and you can listen to my voice, to my emotions. I can explain you some thoughts that came into my mind after urban design classes. First thing is very simple. We just have to pay attention and see what surrounds us, to observe every single thing, use our imagination, creativity, that we can compare, for example, plan of the city to the leaf, to use our senses, our feelings, our emotions. Simple, but I haven't thought about it before, that we can touch every single thing that surrounds us. For example, path on which we are walking on. We can feel the different structures, we can touch the wall of the building. To feel the place, to make yourself think. Not to pass the place with history and soul, without any observation and conclusions. Another thing I have learned is the greenery, that this is also a part of architecture and composition, and to go into more details, to think about it, why it is a composition of the architecture, what does it cause? It causes shadow, oxygen produces, it creates green areas, city parks, small areas, a place to sit down and relax. Greenery also creates access crossing, clear division, enclosures, focal points. Greenery is also a living organism, and you can see the diverse dynamic. So, greenery is one of the elements of urban design and planning in our city. But our city has main elements, for example, paths, node, landmark, edges, districts, and these all elements build our city. Very important thing is that you have to see the places from different orientations, to have new perceptions. For example, from the top, from the passers-by view, from different edges, different corners. Also, another important thing is to sketch. Because of the sketching, you start to see the details that you haven't seen before by passing by. Because of the sketching, you start to remember and to see and to think and to analyze the things that you are standing in front of. And it is very important, because then you start to understand. But before you start to design, it's very important to know the theory and basis of, for example, urban blocks and types of them. How do they evolve? What is the difference between real solution and symbolic type? What are the types of the block? Because there is an infinite number of them. And at the moment you know the basis, you can start to think how to fulfill the space, but in an interesting way. But the first and the most important thing is to understand. We are more familiar with easy solutions, but sometimes you can think and try to do something more individual, more independent, more brave, not to copy the scheme, but at the same time make it fit. And the art of the making the city is not to kill the importance, but add a good value. And the question is how to do it and how to come up with the ideas. There are a lot of things that you have to remember about while coming up with these solutions or ideas. Views, edges, openings, what we observe on the plan, on the street view, how we can interconnect it, shapes of the plans, dimensions, heights, all of these options. The simplest answer to this, but also at the same time the most difficult to understand, is to interpret, observe, and understand. Start to ask yourself the questions. For example, what do you want to achieve? How do you understand the situation? How looks the reality? How looks the essence? Try new combinations, sketch, think about it. How to make people to use this place, how to match, how to do the place more important. There is many different aspects you have to remember about, and you have to question yourself. Do we need very strange form? What we are trying to achieve? What is the context of the place, of the meaning, of the feelings? So, as you can see, there are many aspects you have to remember and think about. What to do to make people stop. It all connects with our emotions and feelings.